Alright, hello everybody, this is Wednesday, March 8th. This video I want to make is about the 1969 Camaro project that I'm doing. For now it's just the engines, and we have stepped into messing with the transmissions, but the gear ratios are within the engine mem file anyway, so it's like a piece together, engine and transmission. Why am I doing this way? I thought the most basic way, you just got the game, you have a keyboard, and you have automatic transmission setting put on, so you don't have to set your gears. People are afraid of shifting with their fingers on keyboard. That's usually how everybody races. Automatic tranny, keyboard, you know, that's the most basic thing to start with. So I started messing around with the gear ratios with the new engine, and when the gear ratios are set incorrectly, the transmission doesn't work really well on the automatic. However, when they're set to the real life numbers, it gets crazy results. However, that is what I wanted to demonstrate to you for now. Look at this red numbers. This is your final gear ratios for the first 3 gears. I don't know if this transmission came with the overdrive. I know it did later on. I don't know if this specific one for the 1969 Camaro did have overdrive or not. I know they do. Most of the T400 transmissions do have overdrive switch right there. I did include 4th gear. I'm gonna set it way low, just as a simulation. If those of you that know about mechanics know what an overdrive is, it's like a 4th gear, but it's not actually a gear. Anyway, yeah, I've included that one in the garage settings for now. These are the differential ratios that the car came with. Also, let me mention that exact numbers are not available in the editor to change. Let's say I want the gear ratio to be exactly 308 or exactly these numbers. The physics editor creator mentions that he had those lines, but he didn't include them, and he said if you need them, please ask. Well, yeah, without those I cannot set them exactly. However, they could be approximately set within the range. If you look at this one, the first gear is at 7.6, then it's 4.5, and then it's 308 for the 3rd gear. Then the overdrive is going to be less than 1. I'll show you. And we're going to run not this diff, but the stock diff. If this one is 1-to-1, that is assuming that we are running a 308 differential. Now let me go into the game. We don't have a 308 differential, we have a 305, which is mighty close right there. Now here we go. We don't have 7.6 gear, but we have 7.7, which is close enough for the first gear anyway. Then it goes 4.5, and we have 4.49.9. This is exactly 4.5, so we're spot on the 2nd gear. And the 3rd gear, instead of being 308, is 305, so it's even a little bit lower power than that. Let me go to the track. This is JJR track. I was gonna test it on Pig's Dragway, but I have to mention on Pig's Dragway, when you set transmission to automatic, it only gives you 2 gears by the track default. The track maker has it made somehow to the point where the track interferes with your physics and only lets you shift to 2 gears when it's set to automatic. It's pretty crazy limitation. I'll make a separate video on that. However, this one is fine. And there you go. This is the first takeoff. First, second. I'm keyboard warrior in it too. I'm gonna show you my keyboard settings, as you can see. 3rd. See, it's shifting fine all the way through the gears. And we're about to hit overdrive right as it's, I think, advertised at 124. And at 124 we should have top off right here. Instead we go 25, 26, 27, and it's gonna shift to overdrive to the 4th gear that we're not supposed to have. Or maybe the transmission did come with the 4th gear overdrive. I will have to look that up for the specific year. That will be too crazy of a scientific experiment. And we're gonna top off somewhere at about 136-ish, 37-ish. And you see the top off that is happening is not because we ran out of gear, it is because the engine cannot push any more. We actually ran out of engine power. This is a proper way it should be done. You shouldn't be like, this is automatic, I can't downshift. But anyway, yeah, you shouldn't be like running out of gear. It should be that the engine shouldn't push anymore. Okay, now let me demonstrate to you. Let's go back to the garage. and let me tweak up the gear ratios. Okay, let me go this one too low and this one too high. Now if you look at our split right here, you see this one is almost 9 and this one is 2.7. The distance between these two gears is hella high. Now let me demonstrate to you what happens when that is set like that. We got our first gear, we got our second, and you see it gets confused. It wants to shift out of second because we don't have any more RPM, but once it shifts into third, it realizes that the gear ratio is so small for the speed that it wants to shift back. This is how would I say, let me pause this. The best way for me to describe what is happening is if you've seen Resident Evil movie, and when Mila Jovovich talks to this girl, that hologram girl, and the girl goes like, "Hello, you want to reset me?" and stuff like that. This is somewhat of our first interaction with Papyrus artificial intelligence and all the formulas and the hard code that we don't see. This is like the hologram telling us, you did something wrong, this is not gonna work. And this is fucking amazing. This is like first communication between Papyrus artificial intelligence and us is right here. When it does this, it's like this engine and this gear ratio is not gonna work with all the formulas that we're running, and this is a predictable result which I achieved. Anyway, I'll make more separate videos on the gear ratios, probably throw some extra footage if I have time of the Camaro rolling around, but for now this is what I wanted to show you guys on the latest development. Alright, I'll take it away from here.